All right, good evening, everyone. Live market observation on deck. Give me 1 second. Let me get my screen up. Get everything shared. All right, let's see what we got here. When you guys make your way on, please make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Depending on what platform you're on, be sure to turn on the notifications. So if you're tuning in from Facebook, like and share the video, follow the TeamAlliance page, and turn on your notifications. If you're tuned in from YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on your bell notifications after you like and share the video. If you're tuning in from Twitter, make sure that you retweet and also like and share the video. And shout out to everybody on Twitter that's been doing that, because it's very helpful to the platform, and it gets the content out to more folks. And that's exactly what we need, because we need more people to be aware of what's happening here. All right. All right. So let's see. So this is live market observation. I think that it's number 33. Volume number 33. This should be good tonight. If you're new to this content, if you're new to the platform, please feel free to ask whatever questions you might have, especially if you're not that familiar with this trading platform. Platform that you're looking at right now is called NADEX. NADEX is very powerful. This is where we can take our ability in the market, meaning the way that we understand market movement, and we can apply it on this platform, and we can capitalize tremendously by doing so. Excuse me. NADEX is a U.S. regulated trading platform where you can trade a specific instrument called binary options. And the binaries are the instrument that we use in particular to capitalize on the way that we understand the movement in the market. When you put the two together, it's very powerful, because, sorry about that, because NADEX is basically where you can use the way that you understand the movement of the market to your advantage, whereas it works against most people. And the reason is that people don't understand the market. They don't get it. They're trying to trade first instead of learning how to observe the market first, so that they understand what they're looking at, to ensure that what they're trading or attempting to trade makes sense. And I'm trying to make sure that this internet is working. I think it's working. So hopefully it won't chop, and like The audio and the visual will be good. I think we're good. All right. So what I do with these market observations, I use them as an opportunity to educate people on this particular platform that we use. Also, just to give general market education and also talk about mindset, because these are things that you need to develop if you want to trade at the professional level. And trading professionally is something that I talk about because that's what we do. We're not here just trading, which is what most people do. Okay, cool. Thank you, Jay Carly. Shout out to Jay Carly. She gonna make sure shit is right. I was wondering why I wasn't hearing everything in the headphones. It wasn't torn doing. I like the bass. These headphones got this bass effect in it. Shit make me feel like Black Moses. What's his name? What's Black Moses' name? I can't think of this man's name. The singer. Baldhead dude. Oh man, why can't I think of his name? I can't think of his name or his songs. I'm bugging right now. But y'all, somebody know who I'm talking about. What's Black Moses' real name? Somebody tell me in a minute. Yeah, but the voice sounds like that. Not thank you, Isaac Hayes. Come on, Alvin. I'm bugging. Shit, man. He did Shaft. Some of y'all don't know what Shaft is, huh? Some of y'all don't know what Shaft is. He did the soundtrack for Shaft. Come on now. You're damn right. Right? Shaft. Oh, snap. I should play it real quick. Let me see if I can find it. Some of y'all think I'm playing. Who is the man? Listen, watch. This is how he sounds. Y'all think I'm playing. I'll just play a little snippet. Hold up. Just a little snippet because I don't want them to mess with my copyrights. I'm gonna just play the intro music. That music is hard. Hold on. I'm gonna play like 5 to 10 seconds. Come on with these commercials, man. Damn. All right, real quick. Woo! Oh shit. Come on now. Don't know about that. I can't play no more. They're gonna mess around and block my damn video, man. Let me chill. Yeah, there you go. Can you dig it? All right. So anyway, so right now we're observing this market. Market is very slow right now, which is not a bad thing. It's actually one of the components of the behavior that we're actually looking to see. In addition to that, aside from it just being slow, we also look for the movement itself to not just be slow movement, but to become stable movement. And what happens is, the movement of the market is a reflection of the activity going on in the market. So when when there's stable activity that's going on in the market, that's how the movement becomes. When there's erratic behavior going on in the market, that's what the movement is too. So it's the reason that sometimes the market will be moving in a way where it seems like it's just all over the place, doing all type of stuff. And then other times it's slow, steady. You know, the movement is like smooth. The candles look a different way, etc. So we learn how to observe the market. And through observation, that's how you can determine what the outcome of the movement is going to be. Now, what do I even mean when I say that? Like what you mean the outcome? Because the market is moving constantly. Even when it's slow, it's moving. Question is, one, how is it moving? And what does the movement mean? Like, where is the movement leading the market to go? And when it goes there, is it going to remain there? So it becomes a question of, okay, the market has a certain behavior that puts it in a certain place relative to different levels of price in the market. Visually, when you look at the chart now, you see the box, this green box that's on the chart. And that box represents an area where the market has contained its movement. So that box, the longer that you see the candle stay inside of it, is letting you know that the market for an extended period of time is behaving in a way where the movement can be anticipated as far as where the market is going to remain, as far as where the market is going to hold its positioning. Because that's all the market is ultimately ever doing. It's moving. But the question is, how is it moving? How it's moving determines where it will move. And when it moves there, if it stays there. Let me rewind that. How it's moving determines where it moves and if it stays there or not. Because the market can go somewhere but not stay there. It can go there and then go somewhere else. Like it can go forward and come backwards. Or it can go forward, pause, and go forward even more. Just as an example. So all of that type of activity that I'm describing represents what we call behavior. It's how the market's moving. Now, there are on this platform multiple things that we have to recognize. So in addition to us understanding the movement, we now combine that information with the platform itself. Now, what do I mean by that? When the market is very stable, you'll notice that the pricing on the options will not be significant versus when the market has more movement and more activity in it. The more stable the market actually is, the less pricing you'll see on the platform. Now, some people will wonder about that. They'll say, you know, when the market is moving slow or if it's too stable, there won't be pricing. Now, what's happening on the platform is the platform recognizes when the market becomes stable. It doesn't recognize it right away because the market gradually becomes stable. It doesn't just boom, become stable. It can be in another condition before that. That's not stable. But as it gradually makes its way to becoming stable, you'll notice the differences in the option pricing. And the option pricing is a mechanism on the platform that's designed to create a market or to create a transaction between the buyer and the seller of the option. This is going to be a powerful lesson for many of you tonight because you're still, I'm sure, trying to understand option pricing. Sometimes you'll see instances where you're looking, you're like, the market is stable, but damn, it ain't no pricing. And what is happening is when the market is in range, meaning that it's close enough to a strike price, but also has enough distance away from the strike price to create a buffer or to create distance between the strike and the actual position of the market. When the market does that and the movement is stable, when that buffer gets created, but the market is still in range, meaning that it's not too far away from the strike to totally eliminate pricing altogether. Because remember that if you're looking at the option pricing, the option is designed to create a transaction. So when you see pricing, it's because the platform is creating a market. It's creating pricing so that people trade. That's why you see option pricing. If the position of the market is too far away from the strike and that strike is already in the money, meaning that the market is already in position relative to that strike price, you'll see less available pricing or sometimes no pricing. And we have terminology that explains that. It's called out of position. So when you guys, especially those of you that are training, I talked about this actually on the last Coffee and Charts briefly. When you see that option pricing is either not there or it's completely priced out, and then you look at the position of the market tells you why it's priced out. Because if it's too far away from the strike and it's not in range, there's no need for the platform to show you pricing because it would literally be like just giving you money. It's not going to show you all of the pricing available because the pricing is showing orders. This is powerful information. This will help you understand why. See, my thing is this. You are learning how to understand the whys. Why is certain things happening? Why is there not pricing? Why is, like, how did your order get filled and you didn't see pricing? Sometimes you'll see pricing and your order doesn't get filled. I'm just using examples. So these are all nuances of the platform. And this is stuff that you begin to learn as you become more familiar with the platform. So through observation, once again, you keep looking and you'll see and you'll learn. When you look at the option pricing, that's one mechanism that is used by the platform automatically. Like no one tells the platform when to do that. The platform is taking everything into consideration. It's looking at all of the orders that are out there, and then it determines whether or not it should show you orders on one side or on the other side of the market, because it's also taking into consideration the movement of the market and the position of the market. So what I'm describing and explaining will help you understand why. Sometimes you'll look at option pricing and you won't see pricing. And you'll be like, dang, man, the market is stable, but there's no pricing. Well, the more stable that the market is, when the market's out of range, meaning out of position, if it's too far out of range, you shouldn't see pricing. Because remember that the platform is not going to show you all of the pricing if it's too much of a probability of you winning the trade. So you won't see pricing at all. It's not revealing all of the orders that may be there. So orders will sometimes come in, and a lot of times orders often will come in. So the platform is not showing you the orders because the market movement is too stable, quote unquote, even though there's no such thing as too stable. The market movement is stable, period. The market is also positioned too far away from the strike, which increases the probability of the trade winning. So they won't show you the pricing because they're not going to just give you money. In other words, if they showed you pricing and you're looking at where the position of the market is and the movement of the market is that stable, who ain't going to grab that? Whoever sees it is going to grab it like, oh, look at that. I'll take that. And then, so now it's not a fair market. So instead of them doing that, what they'll do is they'll create competition. So they'll show pricing if there are enough orders that are on the platform. Then you'll see pricing start to appear. When there's fewer orders, you won't see pricing at all when the market is stable. So understand, you got to understand the dynamic of what the platform is. The platform is what? An exchange. When you trade on this platform, when you win a trade, you took somebody else's money on the other side. So that means somebody had to trade opposite of what you're doing in order for you to win a trade. It's an exchange. They're going to be wrong when they trade against us, of course. And the reason that they'll be wrong is because, one, we have more skill than them in the market. Two, they want to trade risk reward. And anytime they do that, and they're trading against us because of our knowledge of the market, we're going to be on the other side of that trade. We take that money from them every time. Now, the reason that we'll consistently be able to do that is because we also understand the nuances of the platform. What I just explained, most people don't even know. What I just talked about, as far as the platform automatically creating competition. Most people don't think about that. They're just looking to see if there's pricing. Oh, I don't see no pricing. Oh, there's never pricing. And it's like they get caught up in the pricing. But you have to understand that this is a trading platform. Everybody's not always doing the same thing at the same time. There are going to be times when there are more people trading on the platform. You'll see more orders. You'll see more visible pricing. There'll be times when there are fewer people trading. You'll see less pricing. And this is all in accordance with the level of stability in the market. That's the key. So when you have people that are setting up their trades and placing orders, they're doing it based on their limited understanding of the market. They're really doing it based on whether or not it's a good risk reward for them. And they put market understanding secondary to that. And anytime those people do that and they're on the other side of our trades, we got them all day. We got them all day. But you have to understand that we're waiting. What are we waiting for? We're waiting, one, for the market to become stable, and two, for everything to line up. What do I mean by that? What did I just explain about positioning? See, sometimes the market is too far away from the strike. You're not going to get filled on an order that's too far away. This is why I told you guys the other day, you 7-8 micropips away from the strike, don't waste your time with clicking in. Because the market is too far away. No one is going to take that opposite trade against you because they see where the market is. Now the market's too far. It would have to move 8 micropips over in order for me to win this. This is how they're thinking now. Now I ain't gonna take that one. But it's a different story when it's 4 or 5 or 6 micropips away. They think that they got a better chance. They're thinking that the market will move to the other side of the line and they'll get that $80. See? And anytime they think that way, but we know that the market is stable and we know that the position is going to hold, we're going to take that 20 from them. And that's the difference. So you have to understand the way that the platform works, one, the way that other traders think, two, and the fact that there are way more of them than there are of us. We're a very small, disciplined, knowledgeable group. And that's why we have to wait. So if you notice, when we do observation, it's not about us looking for trades, is it? It's about us waiting. We just wait. Wait for what? Market to stabilize, market to move into position, to be in range, right? And when we have everything that we need, that's the time that we'll click in when our parameters are met. That's when that +1 means something. When the market's stable, when you get that +1, we click in. When we're in range, you see? And y'all know what I'm talking about. The +1 don't mean anything if the market ain't stable yet. Hold on. You following me? It don't mean nothing if the market's not stable yet. It doesn't mean anything if the market's out of range. If it's out of position, it don't mean nothing either. Why not? Because the market's too far away anyway. So in order for you to be filled on the order, if you click in, that means the market has to go against you to fill you. And that's not how we want to enter into a trade. Oh, yes. Is it starting to click? See, for some of you, I know that this is going to help you to just understand the dynamic of what we're doing. It's just going to start making more sense. Mind you, this is everything I'm talking about is 301 all day. It's discussed in the trainings repeatedly over and over again. But sometimes you don't pick up on it, which is why when I do these observations and I tell you guys to ask questions and to say stuff and to speak up, that's how I'll know that you're either not catching something or you just need more clarity on something. And then I can dig into it, just like I'm doing right now. I know that you guys are dealing with the option pricing issue. I know that. I see it. If I see it, I know that y'all see it. And you might be wondering, like, man, I don't understand why I'm not getting filled. I never get a fill, which is not true. But in your mind, you thinking that you never get filled on anything. But how many trades have you been in just this year alone? How many trades? So clearly you do get filled. But if you're not getting filled, it's understanding why not. If you're getting filled less or fewer times, it's understanding why. And that's what I'm doing. I'm breaking it down and explaining. Well, on the platform, remember that the platform is a market. So the binaries are a market also between us and them. Who's them? Other traders on the same platform. And because we know the underlying market, what's the underlying market? The market that we're actually looking at. Euro dollar, pound dollar, Aussie dollar, USD yen. The underlying market, We know the underlying market better than the other traders on the other side of the market that we trade on the platform. What market do we trade on the platform? The binary. So am I making sense? So there's an underlying market that the binary is based on. That's the euro dollar, pound dollar, Aussie dollar, dollar yen. Then you got the binaries. The binaries are the market that we're trading against other traders with. That's what I'm talking about when I make reference to option pricing. That's the market, the binary market, or the option that we trade. But it's based on the underlying market information. So the question is, well, who knows the underlying market information better? Do we know it better, or do the other people who are trading against us know it better than us? We already know that they flipping a coin. And our goal is to never flip a coin. So we do what? We wait. We just wait. And that's the key. That's the key. And that's why we'll consistently be profitable. You heard what I said on the podcast about 130 trades. You heard what I said. 130 trades for the year has you in the top 1% of income earners in the country. Starting from nothing. $100 in your account with one trade, with one contract. Starting with one contract and learning this skill set and then applying this skill set over and over again, putting yourself in that position to generate income at that level. And literally being able to do it from wherever. Just like how I told you yesterday, I had the laptop next to the bed, watching Cooley High. Watching Versus or something or whatever. And it's right there on the side of the bed. Trade comes. Ka-ching. Now understand, see, if a trade don't come, I go to bed. $130 trades for the year is all it takes. So the key is just you remaining consistent with the process. There's no need to try to do anything extra because you feel that you're not getting a trade. You don't got to do nothing else. The trade either comes or it doesn't. Everything either aligns or it doesn't. You get filled or you don't. Either way, it don't matter. What's most important is that the process that you apply is the same every time. That's the key. This way, you're never flipping a coin. See, it's better for you to not get filled when the market is stable than to get filled when the market ain't stable. Hold up. Hold up, man. So you have to catch that. So if you feel bad because you didn't get filled, don't feel bad. Feel good that you recognize that the market was stable. That's why you didn't get filled. The reason you did not get filled is because the market held. Whoa. Whoa. The market held. It didn't move against your strike and put you in the trade. Do y'all understand? See? Let the platform do the work. There will be times when there's so many other people on the platform at the time that swear that they're going to get that good risk reward trade that you get filled. There'll be plenty of those times. This is hard right now. Hold on. What I'm telling you now is crazy. Because it's real. Listen to what I just said. There will be plenty of times when there's plenty of people on the other side. This is a real platform. It's a real exchange. That means there got to be somebody on the other side to take your trade. You're recognizing when the market is stable, when it's going to hold its position. Eventually, somebody will be on the other side. Oh, I'm going to try to get this $80. I have excellent risk reward in this trade. He's going to show up. And when he does, you take his $20 from him. And that's that. That's that. But again, don't you try to do it. Let the platform do it. Your job is to recognize stability in the market. That's it. That's your job. That's what you're being trained and conditioned to do. Not worry about if you got filled or not. Don't even worry about it. Let the platform do the work. This is good stuff tonight, boy. This is good. If you got questions, let me know, please. Yep, we got the edge all day, 100%. 100%. And this is true about the other traders. See, the other people on the other side of our trades, that's them right there in a nutshell. Undisciplined and impatient. Facts. Yep. Small group that controls the market's wealth. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's not see, you generating high income is the result of the process that we use. It don't just happen because, it just happened. Oh, you got lucky. No. When you apply the process, that's what happens as a result of applying the process and not doing anything else. That's it. That's it, and that's all. Jay Carly, don't let your lack of iron patience make you feel that what you're doing is wrong or a tool that we use isn't working. Just wait a little longer. This is good. That's really good. Yep, a change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Jay Carly, you don't even need patience. You don't have to like waiting. You need discipline so that you wait regardless. Whoa, hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Discipline so that you wait regardless. That's hard. That's what it is. That's all it is. That's all. See, let me say something else too. Everything I do is to keep you out of trade mode. When you start getting anxious about not being in a trade or not getting filled, you're in trade mode. Do not be in trade mode. So don't be anxious. Don't feel like you got shorted because you didn't get a fill. Oh, the market, I've seen when the market is stable, but I'm not getting filled. Okay, you didn't get filled whenever you didn't get filled. All right, cool. We're not switching up the process. We're not going to change nothing. The same process you're using, I'm using. Plenty of trades I don't get filled on. Some of the same entries that some of you have taken, I took the same ones, didn't get filled. I see the same thing you seeing. I'm experiencing the same thing that you are. But when I see a video of someone clicking in and they didn't get filled, I feel great. You know why? Because that means that you recognize what you were supposed to see. So the fact that you didn't get filled means that that's how stable the market was at the time. Come on now. Come on. Think about it. I don't want you to play. I don't want you to click in and then you get filled and then the market moves 4 micropips against you. And then you got to sit there. Oh man, damn. Now you got to deal with that whole thing. See, we have things in place so that even if that type of movement takes place, it ain't gonna matter. We still gonna win the trade. But my point is that you don't even have to experience that. There are gonna be times where you just get filled. You don't even see pricing, and you get a fill. And the market holds and doesn't go against you at all. There's gonna be plenty of those too. It's never always the same. It's never just one thing that's always happening. The market does a variety of different things at different times. But the one thing that does not change for us is our ability to recognize when the market is stable. That right there, we never compromise for anything. Never. So I don't care if you don't get filled. I don't care. My concern is that you're recognizing stability. My concern is that if you clicked in, you knew why you clicked in. That's it. If you didn't get filled, so what? I'm applauding the fact that you knew what you were looking at and you took action because of that. That's it. That's the only thing that matters. Damon says the cold thing about waiting is you can be doing something else while waiting for the next binary. So in actuality, you're not really waiting and not stressing. Yes. Yes. Very good. Mo said that's the reason for the repetition of training. He said the discipline becomes what? Subconscious. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. See, that's the most important thing. What Mo just pointed out. That's it right there. That's exactly what Jay Carly was saying a minute ago. The discipline will have you waiting no matter what. You're disciplined. You don't care about not getting filled. See, and the reason I talk like this is because I try to help you understand that when you apply this process, you're doing it right. Or to get filled. That means you did it right. If you got pulled into a trade and when you look at that movement, it's like, oh shit. Did you do all of the work before you entered a trade at that time? Are you entering when the market already has existing range? Is there an already existent range? Or is this the first time that you saw the range and you just clicked in? Hold up, wait. Oh boy. Oh boy. Like yellow file. I know that somebody knows what I'm talking about. Because I've been talking about this repeatedly over the last few observations. When you are looking at the market, is it the first time that you're seeing it? Seeing what? Range. First time that you're seeing a barrier? First time you seen the candle stay in the box? Hello? Is this behavior what's dominating? Is this the dominant existing behavior? Or is this the first time that you're seeing it? I know I'm pushing the button because some of y'all have clicked in and the market did something else, and you're like, well, the parameters were met. Well, were they? If the market wasn't stable, the parameters weren't met. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, shit. If the market wasn't stable, there was no parameters. It's called a good trade at the wrong time. You thought the parameters were met, but there was no existing range behavior. You need that before you apply parameters to begin with. Did you have that? Changes everything, don't it? See, I'm doing this to make you think about our process. Keep the process at the forefront. Don't keep trades at the forefront. We're not in trade mode. We are in market mode at all times. We need to see the market. We need to know, is the range existing? Or is it being created now? This might be the first time we're seeing this. All right, so we know to observe that. Because a big candle has a different meaning in a range. Whoa. When you got a range with smaller candles, a bigger candle has a different meaning. Come on now. Stay with me. We got 33 people in the building. This is volume 33. Jamal says, have no emotion to it. Just be and it will manifest. 100%. Yep. Otis said the keyword condition. Right. Exactly. What is dominant right now? What's here? What behavior's here? See, what happens is people will look for the behavior that we want to see. And when they see it for the first time, they don't realize or pay attention to that being the first time. If it happens the first time, that means that the market can go back to the actual condition that it's in. If larger, bigger candles, more distance, more movement is what's already dominant in the market, when the market does slow down for the first time, that's not dominant yet. Whoa. Whoa. You talk about elevation. This is crazy. Did y'all just hear what I just said? When you see it for the first time, it's not dominant yet. All right. We have an ability to recognize stability, which gives us the capability to be in the 1%. Yep. Good one. This is hilarious. Hold up. Wait a minute. That's funny. Let me see what Jelani said. He says, in my pair, I noticed sometimes that the position change can happen over more than one candle. I just treat it as business as usual and observe what it does afterwards, regardless of if it's in the box or not. Very good. That's a powerful nuance right there. Look what he says. I still move the box if need be, but something that I noticed, do you see that in your peer? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yep. Um, JT, while the market isn't dominant with stability, that's just free time regardless if one is on the chart or not. We're talking hours. Right. Very true. And this is why the quick glance is so powerful, because it allows you to see it quickly. See, what happens with the quick glance is you see the gradual progression of the market stabilizing. You'll also see the market not stabilizing yet. Like you'll see, all right, well, it's almost there, but not quite. Nope, it's not there yet. Nope, it's still doing too much. Right? Staying in the box, but the candles are still too big. Staying in the box, but the movement is still not stable. So you got a lot of wicks in the box. These are things that happen. Right? Then eventually you see the market stabilize in the box. Next thing you know, the barrier is holding. Next thing you know, the trade shows up. You may or may not see pricing. Whoa, 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 whoa. You may or may not see pricing. You may or may not be filled. Either way don't matter. What matters? The fact that you recognize that the market was already stable. Man, listen, that's so important that it's really nothing else that needs to be said as far as that goes. Yeah, this is Don DeMarco. Don DeMarco. Definitely. Don DeMarco. Because I'm telling y'all, if you're catching this vibe tonight, it's going to clarify things that you had questions about. It's going to clarify things that you were not clear on. I'm telling you. Don't worry about a fill. Don't worry about a trade. Don't worry about if you got a trade. Don't worry about if it, don't worry. Don't worry about nothing. Apply the process the same way every time. Don't switch up. Don't change it. Don't try to enter early. Right? Don't try to break the parameters. No. We're not doing none of that. Nope. Markets in range, 5 plus 1. 6 plus 1 is cool. If you got 7 or 8, I don't know about that. It's out of range. It will explain why you don't have pricing at all. Leave it alone. See, that's not the time for you to click in. And what some people will end up doing is they'll see that and they'll click in anyway. And on top of that, they're doing that at the wrong time. So you're doing it at a time when the market's not even dominant with stability yet. It still has instability in it. Market moves against your position, fills you, and now you're sitting in the trade with the price approaching the strike. Indicative pushing right to the strike price. And you sitting there like, oh, damn. And this is why I tell you to record your observation, because when you record the entire observation of what you were looking at, you're going to see the behavior that led up to where you are now. That's what I want to see. I want to know how it looked before you entered. Go back. Let me see that. We did that the other night. Was that, what was today, Friday? Was that yesterday? I don't even know if it was yesterday or the day before. No, it wasn't yesterday because it wasn't the podcast. It was an observation. So that was Wednesday. I think during the observation, somebody sent me a recording. Yeah. Matter of fact, that's what it was. I think Ron sent me a recording while we were on the observation. And he had entered the trade. And I talked about it. I'm like, it was a great entry. But if you look back, that wasn't the dominant behavior yet. That was the first time that we saw it. And that was the reason why the price pushed back and threatened to strike. It happened to hold because you had the market beginning to stabilize. So it kept price contained inside the box. But it did come back and threaten that strike price. See? Look at that. So what does that tell you? That's so much powerful information. It's ridiculous. It's letting you know that, all right, we want the dominant behavior to be stability. We don't want to try to enter the first time we see it. Because what happens is when that behavior is dominant, now a big candle represents a what? Position change. And when the market changes position, it could move into position and in range. And start ranging again because it was already ranging. That's the existing behavior. That's the dominant behavior that's already there. Clarity, look at this. Look at JT. He said, I was thinking tight range and RCB was different. Nope. They're the same thing. Stability. Exactly. Exactly. This is why I said there's going to be clarity for so many of you. Jelani, yeah, I chalked it up to be a nuance. Definitely validates the power of observation and having the patience and discipline to see it with your third eye, not being blind. Very good. Very good. Ooh, look at Phil. Ooh, whoa, hold up. Look at Phil with the enlightenment. Listen to what he says. If you see pricing at 7 to 8, there's a reason for that, and it's usually not good. Come on now. See, y'all are paying attention. Paying attention. He's talking about when you have pricing with that much distance away from the strike, that's a problem. You shouldn't have pricing with that much distance if the market is stable. Man, Phil, that's excellent. Very good. Paying attention. Paying attention. Look how long this box was for. Look how far back it go. This box lasted how long? Look at this. Is this existing range behavior? Yep. Let me see. 11:36. Right now it's 12:34. That's an hour. So we've had an hour of existing what? Behavior. Existing behavior that we know. Position change right here. Put a little marker here. So this larger candle represents a position change. Let me talk about something real quick while you see it visually. Now, this represents a position change. Hey, when this does this. Hold on, let me delete that. Why is it putting it all the way down there? That gets on my nerves when it does that. All right, there it goes. So look, this candle here is a position change, right? And this one moved the box. Let me show you something else. This one right here is a position change too. Inside the box. Ooh. Don't be confused. This one here is a position change. Inside the box. Look at this. It's in the box. Position change. Clarity. Clarity. I'm giving y'all clarity. Pay attention. Market change position in the box. Market also changed position and moved the box. Come on, we need a round of applause for that. Come on, man. Y'all don't understand what we're doing here. And don't try to figure anything out. Just observe. Look at this. Position change in the box. See, understand that these position changes represent the market moving to a new position. That's why you have a bigger candle. And if you look at what follows the bigger candle, it's the subsequent smaller candles. Big candle moves into another position, subsequent smaller candles. Big candle moves into another position, subsequent smaller candles. There's existing range behavior. So when that position change comes, it can move to a new box, or it could be in the same box and move the market in range of what? In range of the strike. See, look at this one here. If you look at this, it actually started to move this in range of the strike down here. Look at this one back here. It actually moved the market back in range up here, didn't it? And the market is in range up here, and it's also doing what? Staying in the box. I'm just saying. Observe. See, you got to understand that it's not that you're trying to do anything. You're observing what the market's doing. All right, I'm about to go to bed in a minute. The amount of clarity tonight is crazy. Like, for real. This is crazy tonight. Crazy. How much time is left on this binary? Why the chart not opening? Where the hell's the chart? That's weird. Chart ain't opening at all. Where the hell is it? I don't know. But anyway, this is powerful stuff, man. Powerful stuff. Jelani says, I think some people overthink the process. This is hard. When you break down the process into sections, not realizing it's all the same thing, but just different ways to the promised land, which is stability. Come on, Jelani. That's one of the OGs. Otis, once I see the market break the barrier just a little, could that be an indication of a position change, right or wrong? Break the barrier. When you say break the barrier, Otis, what do you mean more specifically? Which barrier are you referring to? Just so I'm clear on what you're asking. Do y'all see this? This is RCB right here. You see this? RCB. Now, if you look at where the position is, there's not that much of a buffer in between the top of the candles and the strike price. You see how like it's at 8 and 9? So we'll say 9. So that's only 2 micros away from the strike. It's a little too close. It's a little too close. But it's cool. Just keep waiting and keep watching. But you do see how that barrier is being respected, even though the buffer is not big enough. So because the distance is not far enough away from the candles, that's why the parameters won't validate here. Look, it's only at 8.7. We know that we need to see 5.4, right? 8.5, 8.4, which is the +1. So the amount of distance away from the strike is not far enough away for there to be that buffer that we need. And this is why you'll see when the market is traveling and hugging the strike, the reason that it'll keep testing the strike is because it's too close to it. Simple as that. Even though this barrier is very tight and it's holding, that 8.9 was holding for 5 minutes. And then here you now see it at the beginning of this next binary. Now it's pushing. So you see I was hugging that strike. That's because the market is deciding whether or not it wants to move into another position. But in the interim in here, the market was actually respecting the barrier. But for us, there wasn't a big enough barrier. So we didn't have that buffer. It didn't meet parameters automatically because the buffer's not there. See? When the parameters are met, the buffer will be there automatically. Yep. The barrier of a range. It may be a position change, yeah. And you'll know because the market will change the position. It's either going to change the position or it's going to hold the barrier. But if it violates the barrier, ultimately, it may change position or it might come back into the box. It might come back. But either way, with it doing all of that close to the strike, it ain't going to matter anyway because we're not doing nothing that close to the strike. Ernest, what's up? Yeah, you know Rant Man is always on deck. Always. Angel, not getting filled is pulling you fully out of trade mode. Well, this is good. Very good. Very good. Not getting filled is pulling you fully out of trade mode. You're spending more time with the market to a point where parameters confirm what you know you're seeing. Parameters are editing your work. See, Angel likes to send me to bed. She likes to come on and start saying shit so I can leave. Look, when you're pulling in the fullest stability, that's where the confidence is building in the observation, the merging of you in the market. All right. Okay. Ground up, what's happening? Says, I left TA before to go do Forex because I wanted the fast process. TA is stress-free compared to Forex. Come on now. Come on. All right, I think that's enough. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance, live market observation. This is volume 33. Another one for the books. I'll holler at y'all, man. Peace. Dom the Mongo.